The Russian S-500 Prometheus system will not be able to cope with the American DARKSTAR system. Science fiction is no longer just bumping into reality, but approaching it at an astonishing speed thanks to hypersonic engines that are opening the doors of possibility. What do you think of the image of an airplane traveling at 2,000 miles per hour? At this incredible speed, an airplane departing from the United States can cover distances to Europe or Asia in just 90 minutes. Do you remember the movie Top Gun Maverick, where Tom Cruise's character piloted a fantastic airplane? Now, a model of this incredible hypersonic aircraft, known as the Lockheed Martin DARKSTAR, can be seen at an exhibition at Edwards Air Force Base as part of the Aerospace Valley Open House and STEM Expo Air Show. In this video, we'll try to demonstrate that this airplane exists in reality and that it's not just a model. Now make yourself comfortable because you are about to get an interesting insight into the world of hypersonic aviation. Already in the mid-1960s, many Americans witnessed unusual events in the sky, mysterious sounds and explosions. But then these phenomena disappeared again. Questions began to appear both in the media and in the authorities. Could it be related to aliens, and is there something similar to the scenario described by H.G. Wells in his novel War of the Worlds? However, the government had to admit that the real cause of these phenomena was the development of the unique SR-71 Blackbird aircraft, which was well ahead of its time. Built in 1964, the Blackbird was impressive for its time, with a speed of 2,200 miles per hour and a maximum altitude of 16 miles. During the Vietnam War, the United States successfully used this aircraft, and it demonstrated impressive performance. The SR-71 was the only aircraft that the Vietnamese could not shoot down. However, in 1998, the Blackbirds were retired from service, and at that time, no replacement had been arranged. In modern times, a similar story with mysterious sounds is repeating itself. In November 2014, residents of the east coast of the United States and the southern regions of the United Kingdom were struck by strange sounds in the sky that resembled successive explosions or gunshots. Later, a recording of these sounds, which was made by a London resident on her phone, became available. The cause of this mysterious noise has not yet been determined, and the U.S. government has refrained from commenting. One of the most plausible theories, however, is that these sounds are being attributed to a test of the U.S. covert DARKSTAR aircraft. Some sources claim that the United States is working on an aircraft that is the successor to the legendary SR-71 Blackbird, and the new version is supposed to be twice as fast, with a speed of 4,400 miles per hour, and may also have weapons on board. This new aircraft is being developed as part of Lockheed Martin's advanced development programs, and approximately 85% of the work being done on it is classified by government order. It is known that the hypersonic drone will be able to perform both reconnaissance and combat missions. After the Blackbird was decommissioned in 1998, Lockheed Martin made several attempts to create a worthy successor to the SR-71, but has not yet succeeded. Information about the new model began to appear around 2007. However, the first official publication about the SR-72 was published in Aviation Week in Space Technology on November 1, 2013, and it aroused so much interest that it led to interruptions in the publication's servers. In July 2017, the prototype successfully passed flight tests at the test site. In 2018, Lockheed Vice President Jack O'Banion spoke at an event and announced that thanks to the development of hypersonic technology, the new aircraft would be put into service soon. This drone is equipped with an engine with a special cooling system and two engines. The first one, a turbojet, is responsible for accelerating the aircraft to Mach 3. After that, the second engine is activated, a straight-through jet, which provides power for hypersonic flight. This aircraft uses a single nozzle for both engines to reduce aerodynamic drag. The biggest challenge in the development of hypersonic technology has always been to bridge the gap between the fastest turbojet engine and the slowest straight-through jet engine. So far, it is not certain that such a technology has been developed, as turbine engines can typically reach speeds of only Mach 2.2, which is well below the speed required for a hypersonic engine. Most of them are unable to ignite at speeds below Mach 4. However, in terms of high-speed strike weapons, some conventional missiles such as the 0.85 Mach AGM-158 air-to-ground missile or the 4 Mach AIM-120 AMRAAM air-to-air missile will not be suitable for the new Blackbird, as it is much faster than them and will be an unreachable target. Therefore, a hypersonic missile with a direct-flow jet engine developed under the HAYU-C program may be used. HAYU-C is a hypersonic weapon development program that is being implemented in cooperation with Lockheed Martin, a major defense company, and Aerojet Rocketdyne. The latest successful flight of the munition brings the program to a close. Both Lockheed Martin and their competitors, such as Raytheon and Northrop Grumman, have been successful in completing the test flight. During this flight, the munition traveled at an altitude of 18 kilometers and flew over 500 kilometers. Most importantly, its speed reached Mach 10. This very high speed makes it possible to launch such missiles from airplanes that fly at Mach 6. The second possible option is to use laser weapons. It is known that Lockheed Martin announced in July 2022 that it had supplied the U.S. Air Force with a high-energy laser called LANCE. LANCE stands for Laser Advances for Next Generation Compact Environments. The recipient of this new weapon is the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory, AFRL, which is responsible for developing and integrating new technologies in air, space, and cyberspace. Tyler Griffin, CEO of Lockheed Martin, said that LANCE is the smallest, lightest, and most powerful laser of its power class that Lockheed Martin has built to date. In 2017, Lockheed Martin successfully tested a new military laser with a power of 60 kV. The technology used reduced the average power consumption by 50% compared to solid-state lasers. The U.S. Army recognized these tests as successful and adopted the laser. Also, that year, the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory signed a contract worth just over $26 million with Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman under the SHIELD, Self-Protect High Energy Laser Demonstrator Program. Boeing was responsible for the capsule and its tethering to the aircraft, and Northrop Grumman was responsible for the beam control system that directs the laser to the target and keeps it there until it is destroyed. Last year, the beam control subsystem was transferred to the customer. At that time, Lockheed Martin was actively working to reduce the size of its ground-based laser system and solve the problem of cooling it on aircraft. In 5 years, the system was reduced to 1/6 the size of the Army version and placed in a capsule. Unfortunately, there is no information on whether the power of the Army laser was preserved, since not only was the system miniaturized, but its power consumption was also reduced. However, during ground tests in New Mexico, the LANCE prototype was successfully tested to shoot down several air-to-ground missiles. Thus, this problem was solved. Currently, the possibility of equipping the 6th-generation fighter jet being developed as part of the NGADE Next Generation Air Dominance project with laser weapons is being actively discussed. Of course, the use of a laser in a capsule is not optimal for this option, as it does not contribute to stealth. However, significant progress is being made. In 5 years, Lockheed Martin has managed to significantly reduce the size of its laser for the ground forces. Therefore, it can be assumed that in another 7 years, when the NGAD fighter is scheduled to enter service, the laser weapon will have acceptable dimensions and weight. But by that time, the development of a new Blackbird is also planned. Therefore, the hypersonic missile we discussed earlier may be used to attack ground targets, while laser weapons will be used to defend against enemy aircraft and missiles. It is even possible that the SR-72 itself will become a 6th-generation fighter, and it will not require stealth technology. At this speed, it will be extremely effective against any air defense system, including anti-aircraft missiles such as the Russian S-500 Prometheus system. Such a fighter will have an impressive impact with its hypersonic Blackbird exhaust. In conclusion, we can say, observant viewers may have noticed that at first, our video was about the DARKSTAR aircraft, and then we moved on to discuss the new Blackbird. At the moment, the new aircraft has not been officially named, at least not by the open press. But in our opinion, this aircraft can be called the SR-72 DARKSTAR. Let it become another unique model, just like the SR-72 DARKSTAR. What do you think of this idea? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. It will be our reward for our work and support of our channel. Also, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future interesting videos about modern weapons.